definitely, first of all, Jamie, thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. I'm really blessed to be here and to have the opportunity to introduce the man of the hour. So without further ado, I want you guys to stand up on your feet and give a big round of applause to the one, the only Eli Liberty!
I gotta say, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming. You know, like, support is so important, and I'm so glad that y'all, like, becoming a part of my galaxy. I thought everybody who supports me, like, the galaxy. So, thank y'all. Give yourselves a hand.
That's amazing. So, Eli. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. You ready? Yeah. All right, cool. So, you just recently released your latest album, Neptune, right? Am I correct? Okay, cool. So, first of all, Neptune, the title is dope. I love it. I think it's different. I think it's creative, and I just absolutely love it. So, what's the meaning behind the title Neptune? Why Neptune?
Alright, so the full title is He Cried Pink, Neptune.
Okay.
So the overall series is He Cried Pink, and then I called it Neptune because I love planets. As everybody, well, as some people may know, my first album was called Cry for the Moon. So I wanted to continue that trend going along. So I wanted another planet, and I was like, okay, what planet can I do? So I was like looking up different planet meanings and like what it does for the rest of the universe and everything, and I saw that Neptune was the planet of illusions. It controls illusions and things that may not necessarily be real or like be what you think that they are. So all the songs on there, they are actually telling the story of. Okay, so He Cried Pink as a whole is the story of the beginning to the end of my most recent relationship. So everything on Neptune is songs about the beginning of the relationship when I was like, oh my God, I'm so in love, everything is perfect. And then it starts to fall apart. So everything on Neptune is just an illusion that I believed in.
Gotcha. Wow, I think that's really dope. So, astrology, that's really different. You don't see a lot of artists talking about astrology. Have you always been into astrology? Have you been to it ever since you were a little kid? Like when it comes to like the planets and the moon, have you always been into astrology?
The planets and everything has always been a major part of who I am.
Okay.
It was like the main thing that I wanted to learn while I was in school because I love the whole solar system and everything. And then when it comes to like zodiac signs and everything like that, that's really important to me as well. Anybody can tell you, I'm a Pisces. Pisces, what a Pisces is. But yeah, anybody will tell you like I'm really big on like zodiac signs and like the moon and like how stuff is controlled by like different planets.
Okay, that's awesome. That is so different. I love that. So clearly, as we all can see tonight, some of us, majority of us, are rocking something pink. So why pink? Like I want to know what does pink mean to you? What does that symbolize? What does that do? What is pink to you? What is pink to Eli Liberty?
So the story behind the reason why I wear pink all the time is because when I was younger, pink was always my favorite color. But when I was in like first grade, I started getting bullied because you know everybody's like, you know, oh my God, he's wearing pink, like you know, like stuff like that. So I covered it up and I started wearing red all the time. And then I started wearing blue, but then it mainly just like stayed as red. And it wasn't until 2017, I would say, that I was just like, I'm just gonna be myself. Like, it was a long journey for me to like really become comfortable with myself, to be like able to wear what I wanted to wear and act how I wanted to act and just be free and happy. So I use pink as a color of strength more so, you know, like for other people as well, like how they say that men aren't supposed to be emotional, or how they say that, you know, just like all these different stigmatisms that they have about different people in general. I use pink as the color so that everybody can feel more comfortable in their own skin.
Okay, that's awesome. And you know what? That's interesting that you say that because I feel like real men wear pink. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't see a lot of, you know, can I get an amen? Real men wear pink? Thank you. I love that. And for the longest causes my dad wouldn't wear pink because he just thought that it was not masculine. And I love that. And we used to go back and forth all the time. Yellow, pink, baby blue. Like, I love that. I love that you can show that pink is a masculine color. You can rock what you want to rock, and I love that. That's absolutely dope. So, your debut album, Quits, it has an interesting video. Is it Quits? It's a single. Oh, what did I say, y'all? I said the album. I meant the single Quits. I'm sorry. So the single Quits, it has an interesting video and a story behind it. You shot it earlier this year, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So in this video, there's a lot of symbolic things like the panda, which I noticed there's a panda head in the corner of that table right there. You had puzzles, I believe. You had different clocks and just a lot of things, a lot of symbolic things. So I want to ask, what does those things specifically represent? Especially with the panda head, what does that represent?
So with the panda, I wanted a love interest, but I didn't want a face to my love interest. I wanted it to more so be like the love interest is literally anybody on the street so that anybody could relate to it. Because it's like anybody has been in a relationship where somebody will lead them down a dark path. Because have y'all seen the Quiz video?
Yes.
Who's seen the Quiz video? Okay, so in the video, the panda, who's my love interest, actually takes me and really brutally murders somebody in my face. And I'm just like, okay, like, how did I get here? So that's really symbolic of how being in a relationship, it can take you down like literally any path, and it's like you think that it's one thing and it's really not. So from there, I have the puzzles. The panda actually gives me the puzzles, gives me the puzzle pieces and everything. And I use that because I use that as symbolism of never being able to figure out a person, or not being able to figure out a person, because the full puzzle piece itself is a panda. So it's like I'm trying to put the pieces together and everything, but I can never actually do it. And we're like, it's like different scenes in a couple of other videos that y'all gonna see tonight where we're actually putting the puzzle together, while we're together. And it's like I can figure it out while they're with me, but I can't figure it out when I'm by myself. So that's the symbolic meaning of the puzzles. And then as far as the clocks and like, it's always clocks and everything going. Like I even got my pocket watch here. I use the clocks because I always feel like I'm racing against time. So I kind of use that as a symbol of like anxiety and like always like rushing to something or like always trying to like get somewhere. Because in every video, it's like all you see is a clock that's either going like really fast forward or it like stops for a little bit and then it starts going backward. Like it's just clocks everywhere. Because I always feel like, you know, I gotta go, I gotta do this.
Right.
Yeah, and then like a lot of people, they rush into relationships, like it all ties in together.
Wow. I think that's so dope. And actually, this next question I'm getting ready to ask you is not in my notes, but this, because I feel like I'm creative, but I don't think I'm that creative. So with that being said, how did you, I know that this is based on a relationship, but did you have a creative team behind you, or did you just like think of everything yourself? Because this is so mind-blowing to me, and I love the concept. So did you have a creative team behind you? Like when it came to the developing process, when it came to the album and to the visualization project, like did you have a creative team behind you?
Well, what happened was, I actually had this whole idea, like I had an idea overall of what I wanted to do. Because I knew I wanted to do visuals, because I never really was big on visuals at all from my previous anything that I did. So I was like, okay, I know I want visuals. Okay, with the visuals, what's going to make me stand out? A full storyline. Okay, with a full storyline, how am I going to make that stand out? A whole bunch of different symbols. Be kind of weird, you know, like do stuff like that. And then I met Trell. Where's Trell?
Trell, where you at, Trell?
Where you at? My amazing videographer.
Okay.
And then of course Jerome. But I basically had after everything was like given to them, they helped me like really fine tune it so that it made complete sense. Cause I'm everywhere. I'm literally everywhere. So, yeah, so, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. So I have to say that one of my favorite songs personally on the album is Lucky. I think it's a really dope song. You know, it got a feel good vibe to it. You know, I be in the car like popping a little bit, you know. So being the dancer that you are, because I think that you are a phenomenal dancer, what can we expect visually from tonight's show? Is there going to be a lot of dancing? Are you going to dance like live on stage? What can we expect?
I almost cursed. I'm gonna be effing stuff up.
Okay.
Hopefully. we're just gonna F it up for y'all.
I love it. Play it simple. F it up. I got you. Okay. So as a songwriter, I know that you, of course, take personal experiences from your life. So Divine, it really shows that you deeply fell in love. So with that, can you expound on that moment, which, like, with you falling deeply in love, can you kind of just tell us about that a little bit that helped you create the lyrics, specifically when it comes to Divine? Just a little bit. I don't want to get too much of your personal business, you know what I mean? But just a little bit, just a little bit.
So, the longest story ever, short. My last relationship was with somebody that I've known since I was like 15, 16.
Okay.
It was like an on and off deal. And then I moved away to Atlanta, and we would always communicate, keep talking and everything, and we stayed really good friends. So then when we finally actually got together, it was like, oh, like this gotta be it. Like this has to be it. So I wrote Divine like right at that peak when I was like, okay, like this feels like what it's supposed to be. It feels like the way that other people in movies explain like what love is. So Divine, like I was saying stuff like, I think we were soulmates together in the past life. Like we really said that to each other at one point. So it's like I took like little bits and pieces of stuff that we said to each other and like just how I felt, and it was just like, yeah, that song makes me very emotional. Yeah. That song still makes me emotional.
Wow, that's awesome. That's so awesome. I also noticed that you also have some, hot slow songs on this album, like Last Night. It's one of the songs that make you get you in the mood a little bit. You know what I mean? Get you in that mood, in an intimate mood, I should say. So, with that, what else can we expect to hear on this album? Because you have like some feel good music, and then you got some slow vibes. Like, what else can we expect to hear on this album?
Y'all can literally find any song to fit any mood that you feel in life.
Okay.
Like literally. I tried to make it very well-rounded and make sure that anybody can have fun while listening.
Gotcha. Okay. A little bit of everything. Okay. I understand that the reason for this, you calling me your name? Wrap it up. Okay. So you told me to wrap it up. Look, y'all, he wrote these questions and he telling me to wrap it up. So let me hurry up and wrap it up. Real quick, what made you want to do 2 albums back to back?
So originally it was going to be just a 22 song album, but then I thought about it, I was like, no one's going to listen to 22 songs straight through. So I was like, let me just break in, and that's where the whole like turning it into Neptune and Venus, because this part is really for He Cry Pink Venus. So yeah. So yeah. It was supposed to be one long album, but I had to break it. I had to break it so people would pay attention. Yeah.
Okay. And I want to know, what's your motto for life? What's your motto for life?
Live like tomorrow isn't coming. But that's also why I got so many plots. So it's like halfway good, but like halfway bad.
I love that though. Live like tomorrow isn't coming. Can I steal that from you? Definitely. Thank you. I love that. And one more question, and then I am done. What does the hashtag stand for? Is it the HCPLP? Do I have that right? What is that stand for?
So HCPLP stands for He Cried Pink Listening Party.
makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Well, Eli, I am done. I'm totally done. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the reason why I named this upcoming album Venus is because this album is about finding self-love. Because Venus is the planet of love. So a lot of these songs is about like finding yourself and becoming more comfortable with yourself and everything. Okay.
Thank you. I love that. Well, I'm pretty sure that everybody, just like myself, is excited to see what you have in store. So